What's up, everybody? Welcome to our channel on Hockey Takes. I am Hohen and this is Scott. In this video, we're going to be covering the All Star Game selections.
Yeah, so guys, right now, as of yesterday, the NHL has released the first 8 players to go from every division for the All Star Game, one from every team. We're going to be going through today on who those players were and if we agree with the selection or not, or if we would pick someone else instead. We're going to start off with the Metropolitan Division. From the Carolina Hurricanes, we got Andrei Svechnikov. From the Columbus Blue Jackets, we got Johnny Gaudreau. From the New Jersey Devils, we have Jack Hughes. From the New York Islanders, we have Brock Nelson. From the Rangers, we have Igor Shesterkin. From the Flyers, we have Kevin Hayes. From the Penguins, Sidney Crosby. And finally, from the Capitals, Alexander Ovechkin. Hohen, what do you think about these selections right now?
They're okay. I agree with Johnny Gaudreau.
Yeah, me too.
I agree with Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure on Andrei Svechnikov, to be honest with you.
I think that one's fine. I think Svech has had a pretty solid year. Aho hasn't been playing. You can't give it to anyone else.
I like Netchus more, to be honest with you. I think he's
been solid. He kind of tapered off a bit, though.
He has tapered off a bit, but I think he has been more integral part for this organization this season than Andrei Svechnikov. Andrei Svechnikov had some few of those hot games where he scored a lot of goals in that stretch, but he kind of tapered off too. So,
yeah, it would have probably been Aho as a lock if it wasn't for his injury.
Yeah. So personally, I'm going to pick Netchus on this one.
I think for Carolina, I'm going to stick with Svechnikov overall. So Columbus, Johnny Hockey, we both agree it's a good pick. There's no one else?
No one else
really?
Yeah.
And Jack Hughes, same thing. It's obviously Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
One thing I'm looking at this and right away I would change. Each team gets one goalie selection. And I think I would have gone for the Islanders with Ilya Sorokin because he's played so well this year. And I probably would have taken Fox instead of Shesterkin from the Rangers.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I agree with that. But just because Igor Shesterkin he has the name brand, but the problem is he hasn't looked good at certain points in the season. Versus Sorokin,
he came out a little slow. He's good now.
Yeah, Sorokin has generally been pretty consistent throughout the whole thing.
No, he really has. He's been so good, like Vezina caliber goaltending for the most part. So I think pretty much the Crosby and Ovechkin ones is a shoe-in for me. I mean, they're both leading their team.
I don't love those picks, to be honest with you, but yeah, they're good.
Well, know who else is going to make from those teams?
Yeah, I mean, Ovechkin, I agree, but it's Crosby, I don't know.
I mean, he's still the best. I mean, still ahead of Malkin, still ahead of Gunsel, of those guys. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. The one that we definitely don't agree on is Kevin Hayes.
No, I wouldn't have done Kevin Hayes. Yeah. I think, personally, Travis Konechny would have been the best pick for Philadelphia. He seems to be the real driving force of this team this year, and I think that he should have got the nod over Hayes.
Yeah, it's either him or I know this guy tapered off a little bit, but even Carter Hart was pretty good when he started off the season, right?
12 games.
First 12 games, but the thing is, the team was bad. So,
it's a bad team.
Right? It's a bad team. So what do you expect, right?
But you can only have one goal.
But yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I would probably say Sorokin instead of Carter Hart.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So the next division that we have is the Atlantic Division. For Boston Bruins, we have Linus Ullmark. For Buffalo Sabres, Tage Thompson. Detroit Red Wings, we got Dylan Larkin. Florida Panthers, we got Matthew Tkachuk. Montreal Canadiens, we got Nick Suzuki. For Ottawa Senators, we got Brady Tkachuk. Tampa Bay Lightning, we got Nikita Kucherov. Yeah. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, we got Mitch Marner.
This one, this is going to sound like a cop-out, but no joke. These are the exact 8 players I would select. There's not one player I don't think I would change on this. Like, I go through and I think Boston, Linus Ullmark, no, he's the best goalie right now in the league. You can't say no. Tage Thompson, we talk about him every week. Guy puts up 1,000 points.
Detroit,
Dylan Larkin, the only guy putting up points on the darn team.
Yeah.
Matt Tkachuk, 100%. Like, 100%. He's
Definitely.
the only player, like, putting up over a point per game right now.
And also, Barkov missed some time,
and Barkov missed, like, 12, 13 games by now.
Yeah.
Nick Suzuki, for sure, for me.
Not for me.
If you say Cole Caulfield, you have to get off the set.
I was going to pick Cole Caulfield just because he scores a lot of goals, and I like the way he scores goals.
That's so gross.
I feel like he's more of a game changer personally than Nick Suzuki.
Way more ad.
Better
two-way player.
Yeah, I mean, he is a better two-way player. But
leadership, captain.
Cole Caulfield is definitely the sexier pick for sure.
Team Suzuki for life. Ottawa, this would be the one I could make an argument. I still think Brady Tkachuk is the right pick, but Tim Stützle is very close, and I think if he wasn't missing those games injured for 2 weeks, I think he'd probably be there.
No, I think Brady Tkachuk is the right pick all the way. I think he's just overall a much better player. Just in terms of he's a big size player, physical player.
Oh, wait, pause. So for Nick Suzuki, the overall better player didn't matter. But for Brady Tkachuk, it does matter because Stützle's more electric. So which side are you picking
Brady
here,
Tkachuk
bro?
to me is more electric than.
There's not any more electric.
Yes, he is.
Stützle.
Stützle is more smooth, more
He's
skilled.
way flashier.
But the thing is, where Brady Tkachuk shines is that he hits everything that moves.
But it's funny because you act like Stützle is a cream puff. This guy hits too, just not as much as Tkachuk.
Nowhere as much and nowhere as hard.
He's got 60 hits, man. I mean,
it's not enough.
It's not like
and the way he does it, and the way Brady Tkachuk does it, he changes momentum in game. The first is the way that Tim Stützle does it. He doesn't change the momentum in the game. So that it's a huge difference. It's not even debatable.
Yeah, Tim Stützle is a guy. If you're down a goal, you need a goal. He's going to be there. But, anyways. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, Nikita Kucherov, I don't even think this is remotely debatable.
No, the last two is not debatable.
The last two, and I saving the last one, best for last. My boy Mitch Marner finally getting the credit he deserves. I think it's no question of all the Toronto Maple Leafs, he is the candidate. Better than Austin Matthews this year. That 23-game point streak he's had was unreal. Better than Nylander, doesn't take games off. Like, it's just unreal. I think they said Marner's gotten a point in all but 4 games for the entire season. That's whack. That's crazy.
No, I agree with this one for sure. Definitely better than Matthews this year for sure. No question.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, on to the Pacific Division. The guys from the Pacific Division to make the All-Star Game so far are Troy Terry, the Anaheim Ducks, Nazem Kadri, the Calgary Flames, Connor McDavid, the Edmonton Oilers, Kevin Fiala, the Los Angeles Kings, Erik Karlsson, the San Jose Sharks, Matty Beniers, the Seattle Kraken, Elias Pettersson, Vancouver Canucks, and Logan Thompson of the Vegas Golden Knights.
So, with this list, I agree with every one of them except for one, or maybe two, and that would be the Calgary Flames. I definitely don't agree with this one. We talked about this off air. We think that Elias Lindholm should be the one. He has more points. He plays on power play. He plays on penalty killing.
Hey, don't speak for me, but yes, I agree.
No, he's just a better player. He's just a much better player than Nazem Kadri. I don't know how they picked Nazem Kadri. Actually.
It makes no sense.
It makes
the guy went
actually
ice
zero
cold
sense.
for like 10 games and had like 1 point in 10 games.
Is it because
awesome.
Is it because he won a Stanley Cup last year and they're like?
I think it's like the bigger name brand. Sometimes they cater to the bigger name brand.
The other one that's a little iffy for me is Troy Terry as well. I do really like Troy Terry, but at the same time, I feel like right now, performance-wise, Troy Terry and Zegras are pretty much neck and neck right now.
They're almost tied in points.
But the difference is that Zegras is the franchise player for this team. So you probably want Zegras in there over Troy Terry.
Yeah, that's my biggest, like the two biggest ones on this list that I disagree with is definitely Troy Terry. I'd have Trevor Zegras. More fun to watch in a 3-on-3 type style game. It's better for the fans. I mean, look at him last year in the All-Star, the skills competition. Like, he was so much fun. And him and like Jack Hughes together was so funny to watch, and it was just good times. I can't believe that he didn't make it, honestly. Yep. I agree with Hohen for the Nazem Kadri thing. I don't even see how he's like second on here. I would probably go first off, I'd go Elias Lindholm. Second off, Rasmus Andersson because he's having a career year. But definitely not Nazem Kadri.
Yep. And then the other ones I agree. Like Kevin Fiala has been electric on
he's probably been the game changer right now so far for that team. McDavid, obviously, we don't even have to go over.
Erik Karlsson, obviously.
Yeah, not even close.
Elias Pettersson, it's good to see.
I'm so glad Elias Pettersson got it and not someone like Bo Horvat or like JT Miller or Quinn Hughes.
I get it. Like Bo Horvat's like scoring a lot of goals, but let's be honest, it's not sustainable.
Pettersson's almost top 10 in the league in
Pettersson is sustainable.
Yeah,
he's a superstar.
He's a superstar.
I don't see that with Bo Horvat. I'm sorry. For those Vancouver Canucks fans that's offended by that, I'm sorry.
And the final two in this make us very happy because two players we very much like. And right now, you know what? 2 front runners for the Calder Trophy. And that's Matty Beniers from the Kraken getting the nod. I was really happy with this because he really has made a big difference for this team. And you can just tell him being in this lineup, their record this year, how they're like a playoff team right now, is just incredible. He's eating pretty big minutes for a rookie. It's kind of insane, actually, how much time he's getting, especially on the power play. And just even 5-on-5, he's getting like 18 total minutes a game.
He's the future of this franchise, and I'm glad they picked him over Burakovsky.
That is the only guy I'd argue, not because I don't want I'm happy they took Matty Beniers, but Burakovsky would be a very, very close second.
Yeah. And Logan Thompson, very good pick.
Logan Thompson's a great pick. I would have given it to Jack Eichel if he didn't get hurt, but the guy's missed too many games.
Yeah, too many games.
Way too many games, yeah. And you need a goalie.
And they need a goalie.
And he's been red hot. You got to give the guy credit. He's been awesome this year. He's been one of the major reasons why Vegas has been so successful.
And now we'll be presenting the All-Star selections for the Central Division. And first off, we have the Arizona Coyotes, who have obviously Clayton Keller. Chicago has Seth Jones. Colorado Avalanche have Cal McCarr. Dallas Stars have Jason Robertson. Kirill Kaprizov for the Minnesota Wild. UC Saros for the Nashville Predators. St. Louis Blues have the Vladimir Tarasenko, which is very interesting. And Josh Morrissey for the Winnipeg Jets. So what do you think about these selections?
I think this one has some debatable players. I think there's 2 or 3 you could debate here. But let's go in order and just see what we think. But there's a couple I'm really against on this list. First off, I obviously agree with the Clayton Keller pick. He is by far and away the best player on that team, minus maybe Jacob Chikrin. But he also missed half the year, so automatically
it's Clayton Keller.
Can't be there.
Yeah.
When we go to Chicago with Seth Jones, this one kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, I know their team isn't very good and they're kind of losing every game, but I didn't really think he deserved it over Patrick Kane, although now Patrick Kane is kind of banged up, so maybe they knew something ahead of time. He's going to probably miss some games, so that could have something to do with the selection.
I still put Patrick Kane in there. Come on. Like, Seth Jones not even doing that well.
He would have been replaced, though, anyway, though. It's just weird that he didn't make the list first.
Yeah.
That's the part that was, like, whack to me. I think it still should be Patty Kane. He still leads the team in points, even though the team's not very good, and he's still the most dynamic player by far. So
yeah, Cal McCarr,
100%.
Yeah, 100%. No debate.
He's not missing time like Nate McKinnon did, and that's his only real competition.
Yeah,
him and Rantanen.
Yeah,
Cale McCarr is just all around.
No debate.
He's more fun to watch 3-on-3 too.
Yeah. Jason Robertson, also no debate.
Not even close. The guy's like top 5 in NHL this year.
There's no debate with Kirill Kaprizov as well.
Oh, and definitely should be Matt Zuccarello. I'm just kidding.
What? No.
No, that's obvious.
And then when we get to the goalie for UC Saros, now that I realize that each division had to have a goalie, then it makes
more sense.
It makes sense.
I wouldn't have said that he deserves it necessarily more than Yossi, because Saros had a really slow start to this year. He kind of came out with a pretty bad save percentage to start. But as we've seen lately with his 64 save performance, this guy is heating up right in the middle of the season. And he has been a lot better in the last 10, 15 games. So I kind of get it. And they need a goalie in this one. So he's probably the best option. None of these other teams can really pick a goalie. So
yep. So what do you think about St. Louis Blues, the next one?
I think this is like the second worst one possible on this list. I like Vlad Tarasenko, like really fun player, scores a lot of goals, but this belonged to Jordan Kyrou 100% to me. Jordan Kyrou has been the best player on this team. He's been red hot the last 20 games. I think he's got like 30 points in his last 20 games. It's something freaking unreal. And Tarasenko's kind of just coasting. I don't really get it.
Tarasenko's not even playing that well. Let's be real.
Yeah, he's like coasting out there.
He's not playing well at all, and they gave this All-Star
it feels like
to him.
a vote for the name.
Do you know what his negative number is? It's massive. It's terrible.
Probably double digits minus.
Jordan Kyrou is playing with a lot of speed right now. He's playing with a lot of grit. I like how
he plays like he wants it.
It's like he's the only player on the team that plays like he wants it. So
it is very odd. I think this is the one that they really effed up the most by far.
Yeah, they screwed this one big.
Unlike the next one though, Winnipeg Jets, Josh Morrissey, 100%. This guy's having a career year. He was on our video we made recently for our biggest surprises of 2022. This guy is probably going to be a Norris candidate this year, top 3 defenseman. He's been that good. Like, I mean, this guy, every single game, I swear he gets an assist. It's wild.
Yeah, it's not debatable. It's to be honest, it was either between him and
Hellebuck.
That was it.
But the only thing is, I think you have to do more.
You got to do more. Yeah. Just with the way he's playing, he's number 2 in the league in points for defensemen.
Only behind Erik Karlsson, who's obviously in a...
And who would have thought that in the
those two guys.
Season?
If you had to pick, everyone's going to pick Cale McCarr and Victor Hedman, or Roman Yossi and Cale McCarr.
Karlsson is like okay, he has a redemption year. He has done it before.
Morrissey's
but
like
Morrissey
never before.
has never done this before. So it's kind of crazy for us.
It is whack. It is whack. All right, guys. So we've given you all the first 32 selections for the All-Star Game, but we all know after they have these selections, there's the fan vote where you get to vote in 2 extra players per division that you think deserve to be in the All-Star Game. This year, there's no restrictions. You can pick anyone. They said it doesn't matter if it's a goalie, defenseman, or a forward. It's just going to be the 2 highest voted players. So that'll be a lot of fun. And what me and Horn are going to do right now is we're each going to give you 1 for every division that we would personally vote in that we think deserves to be there. I'm going to start off with the Metro Division, and I'm going to start off with Adam Fox. This division, like, of all the players left, I think missing Adam Fox might be the most egregious one. This guy is, like, constantly a Norris candidate. He's been unreal, point per game. Big part of the reason that the Rangers have been so successful lately, and I can't imagine an All-Star game without Adam Fox.
My pick would be the New Jersey Devils' Jesper Bratt. He's playing, well, first off, everyone knows how well New Jersey Devils are doing this season, how surprising they've been. And a big part of that is Jesper Bratt. That line with Jack Hughes is insane. They work so well together. They're super fast players, and he's finishing all the plays. I love it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, off to the Atlantic Division. So for the Atlantic Division, I think I would vote in Austin Matthews. I can't imagine an All-Star game without Austin Matthews. The guy's a top 5 player in the league. I do think Mitch Marner has been better this year, but that doesn't mean this guy doesn't deserve to be here. And I think with the fans, especially how many there are in Toronto, I think he'll get there.
I am going to pick from Boston Bruins, David Pastrnak. I mean, David Pastrnak is a top 10 player in the league for sure. There's no question about it. He's super, super good. Sniper. I'm just very, very curious to see how much Boston Bruins going to have to pay for this player in the
probably
offseason.
12 million or something.
Probably 12 million.
Something disgusting.
And I don't even know they're going to do that. That's the problem. I don't even know they were going to do that. But
all right, for the Pacific Division, I got Trevor Zegras. This is a 3-on-3 tournament. This is about fun. This is about excitement. You want to have players that you love watching, and I don't know anyone more Hollywood than Trevor Zegras. This guy's got all the stick handling moves in the world. He can do anything with the puck. Guy's a magician. You need him there.
My pick will be from the Edmonton Oilers, Leon Draisaitl. It's a very obvious pick. He's one of the best players.
Second in points.
The second in points, one of the best players in the league. There's no question. Him and McDavid are the two reasons why Edmonton are still in the playoff race right now.
Yeah, there's no way he doesn't get voted in.
Yeah.
And finally, for the Central Division, I think this one's a little harder. I'm going to do something weird here, and I'm going to say Connor Hellebuck deserves to be here. I know that would give this one 2 goalies, but with the voting rules, it doesn't matter this year. They're willing to take 2 goalies. And Connor Hellebuck has just had such a resurgence. What a bounce back year. Big reason why Winnipeg is second in their division. They've been absolutely unbelievable.
I like that pick actually a lot. He deserves it.
He really does.
My pick will be from the Colorado Avalanche, Mikko Rantanen. Mikko Rantanen was probably the star forward that's been healthy the longest.
The last survivor.
Yeah, the last
only
survivor.
one to not miss time.
Yeah, that's really the only reason why I had to pick him ahead of like Nathan McKinnon and those guys.
True,
because Nathan McKinnon missed some time.
No, I agree. But
Rantanen actually, there was a few games where it was just him and Makar, and he was able to get the hat trick that one game, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, he can be a difference maker sometimes, but definitely, obviously, we all know Nathan McKinnon is the best forward on the team, but
he's missed too much time.
Yeah,
now.
He missed too much time, and I'm gonna have to go with Mikko Rantanen on this one.
Well, guys, that's all for our show. Please let us know in the comments below who you guys would vote for from each division, who you think deserves to be in the All-Star game, or just someone you really like that you want to watch. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you in our next one. Take care.
Take care, guys. Bye.